Welcome, my Action Principles champions. I'm Bill Fitzpatrick from BillFitzpatrick.com, founder of the American Success Institute, and honored to be your teacher on your wonderful journey to success. Action principle number 6, don't complicate matters. Students are always asking me if one of the action principles is more important than another. And I keep saying no. Until I think, I don't know, maybe. See, here is an action principle number 6 that kind of gets us thinking, why aren't more people successful? Because, life is a series of choices. Most people are choosing to not work at a job which could lead them to become rich. If you're a high school teacher, as I was, you aren't going to get rich. You need a second income. If you're a clerk, you can't be satisfied being a clerk. You must find a way to rise to the management level. Or, let's be frank here, many people choose not to work very hard or work enough. If you're only working 40 hours a week, you're probably only making enough money to pay your bills. This is probably not enough work. Or there are people who say, I want to spend the money that I make. I'm not that interested in investing. They make money, and then they go right ahead and they spend all the money. Of course, average people, they're not going to say, they will never say that they don't want to be successful. In fact, they'll say the opposite, that they want more from their lives. But it's the choices that they make that speak otherwise. Average people feel, they feel safe and they feel comfortable doing what it is that they've always done. Now, they justify the decisions that they make by complicating business, because it is within those complications that they find many opportunities to find excuses for their inaction. Again, this is a very important lesson from action principle number 6. If you complicate business, within those complications are many opportunities to find excuses for inaction. Or, many people will say, KISS, K-I-S-S, keep it simple, silly. Or as the great physicist Albert Einstein said, everything should be made as simple as possible, but no simpler. 80% of the people around you are, they're average people. So average people they're everywhere. Now these average people, by definition, they are not as ambitious as you are. Your ideas for success that you're excited about, they probably involve a certain amount of risk and definitely a lot of hard work. And this kind of sounds crazy to average people. So all around you, you will hear complications to your plans. Reasons that your plans aren't going to work. Reasons for you, to be like them, sit back, relax, and not take action. So as an Action Principles champion, you have to be strong to resist all of this negativity that is probably around you and your plans. You see, you have to do your own research. You have to convince yourself. You probably can't convince them. Convince yourself that what you are doing and the risks that you're taking are worth the effort. But you'll know this because you've done a lot of study and research beforehand. Now, I want you to listen to this. We're talking about business. Now, the bottom line in business is that, success in business is really pretty simple and straightforward. There are 3 rules to business success. Number 1, offer a quality product or service that the market demands and charge a fair price. Rule number 2, appreciate your customer. Say thank you, and then ask that satisfied customer for more business. And then rule number 3, find the people who have done or are doing what it is that you want to do, and then do what they're doing. Keep improving. Complicated? No. If you follow those 3 rules, you're definitely going to come out way ahead of the average. Could your planning involve a lot of work? Yes. May there be some risk involved? Maybe, yes. Is what you're trying to do complicated? No. You just have to do all of the work, the goals, the planning, the objectives, the research, the trying, the making mistakes, the learning, and then the trying again. Now, we set a big goal for ourselves as we started talking about the action principles, a big goal to be rich and retired in 20 years or less. Now, to achieve this, you could have, as your plan, an objective to buy 6 investment condos. Now, you do as I will instruct you and teach you to do. You're going to go out, you're going to do all of your research. Let's say that you decide, well, to buy each of these condos, I'm going to put down $20,000 on each condo as a down payment. You decide also that you're going to buy these 6 properties, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you're going to buy 1 a year for each year of the next 6 years. Simple plan to achieve your objective, not complicated. Now, you also figure out your family budget, and you calculate that you would need about $60,000 a year to live a comfortable lifestyle. So you have the $60,000 a year to live comfortably. You have the $20,000 a year that you're going to use for investment. So you need to make at least $80,000. All right, you have a clear goal in front of you. There it is, $80,000 annual salary. Now, some jobs, easily pay $80,000 a year. Doctor, lawyer, accountant, business executive. If you have one of these jobs, obviously, you're all set. Some jobs, if you work very hard, you can make $80,000 a year. These would be jobs like a waiter, a waitress, a bartender, a taxi driver. Hard work, good pay. Many successful commission salespeople in real estate and insurance can make $80,000 a year. Many people who own their own small businesses can make $80,000 a year. Landscapers and painters and house cleaners. Maybe, for instance, and we're just talking here, you have to figure all this out for yourself, but, let's say that you're a government worker, or as I was a teacher. Now, let's say that you make $60,000 a year from your first job. Then if you want to make 80, then you have to get a second job that you can make $20,000 a year at. The point that we're making here with Action Principle 6 is that becoming successful is not complicated. If you want to do it, find a way. If you don't want to do it, you find an excuse.
Thank you for listening. For more information on Bill's work, the Action Principles, and the American Success Institute, please visit billfitzpatrick.com.